now that everybody's packing up, getting ready to go, what's the attitude going into bowl week?
Yeah, our guys have had great energy. I think it was really good. Got away for just a couple of days and be able to spend time with families for Christmas. And then as we got back into the building last night, team meeting, walkthrough, team dinner, man, guys are operating with some urgency and excited about the opportunity.
What's been the biggest benefit, in addition to having another ball game, of having these bowl practices the last few weeks?
Man, there's been a ton of them. I think the biggest is just some of these guys getting all these extra reps. I think there's been great development in the weight room, 15 extra lifts that we wouldn't have been able to get as a team. All the extra meetings, but the reps on the field, guys like obviously Camario, but some of these young guys offensively, guys like Grayson Harris and Frisco and Bull Mitchell that you didn't see get a lot of work, have gotten a ton of work, and man, they've shown up, and that's been fun to watch because these guys got a bunch of ability, but they hadn't gotten a ton of work. So if their number gets called in the bowl game, I think they'll be ready to roll.
What was it like to get the word to guys like Nick Mitchell and Brennan Thompson that they were going to have one more game?
Yeah.
And how satisfying was it to you to be able to deliver that message?
Incredibly satisfying, and that was really the message last night, is to go in this thing the right way. We've got this great opportunity. It's like I told these guys, man, we got a great chance. We got a choice to make, and how we do what we do is we go get ready to play. And we'll keep talking about that, but guys like Nick Mitch, like Albert Reese, Jacoby Jackson, Zico, Brennan Thompson, and J-Man, Brylo, and like the list goes on. And wanting to be able to go finish the right way for these guys would be special.
I know they can't go to the bowl site with you, but how many 26 signees ended up getting a couple practices?
just 3, and they can go, but they can't play in the game.
Gotcha.
So that's how that sets up. The rules and how they've changed really limits the amount of guys that you can bring in, and so it was hard being able to get that done, but we did. We were able to get 3 guys in. And, they've been a part of practice, which has been really good, and they'll go with us, but obviously won't be able to play in the game.
Zayon, Micah, and
Braylon. Yeah.
So you've had about a month with Camario now as QB1.
Yeah.
What's something he's doing now that he wasn't doing a month ago?
Just his presence, just how vocal he is with whether it's the offense or even in the team setting, whatever it is, you can just feel him and his leadership ability a lot more today than you could 6 weeks ago, and I think that's probably the biggest difference naturally.
Are there any injured guys you don't expect to play this week?
No, I mean, we do. We feel like we're in a good place from an injury standpoint. As we get closer, I think there's a couple of guys that still have some things lingering, but I think we're going to be good for game day.
with that at that position, kind of hybrid linebacker position with Tony Mitchell going to the transfer portal and Isaac being banged up lately. What about who do you see stepping up there?
Yeah, I think the rotation at safety's got a chance to look just a little bit differently, but we've got guys that have played a bunch of snaps, and so depending on what we're getting from them could dictate a little bit of that. Won't dive into that too much, but that's something we're continuing to work through.
You mentioned Camario's leadership there. How unusual is it for a true freshman to have that aura about it that a team just buys into it?
I hadn't been around any like him, so he got a lot of work to do. There's no doubt about that, but just again, his command, his presence, who he is in the building every single day, there's this great amount of consistency, and it's really hard for young people to operate that way. I got my thumb on him pretty good every single day, and he naturally is about the right things, and an incredible kid. Man, he wants to please, he wants to get coached, and he wants to go play well.
Is it amusing watching him and Fluff in action together?
It's fun watching them in action together, and
On
need
and
those.
off the field,
Yeah,
too.
no doubt. Need those guys to play incredibly well on the second, and they will.
Watching Wake Forest, there's some concepts they run that are pretty similar to what you've done historically. The two questions really: does that give you maybe perhaps some advantage helping your defensive guys? And number two, what have you seen from Robbie in that respect as a quarterback?
Yeah, Robbie's done a really good job of just being able to create and extend with his feet. He is a guy that obviously can run and make plays in the run game. And then again, when you don't do a great job against him in the pocket, he makes you pay. So we've got to be able to get him on the ground. We've got to have great rush integrity with our lanes and making sure that we bottle him up and get him on the ground when we can.
How the guys kind of responded to Arnett on the scouts team
Yeah, they've been good. There's a bunch of familiarity with some of these guys, obviously. But what you love is that Zach's jumped in and he's coaching the scout team, and man, there's no job too small. He wants to be involved. He wants guys to be able to fill in a little bit on the practice field, which I think is awesome. And man, he's been great as we've gotten into it.
You've added a couple guys to your staff that you maybe term like assistant to assistant coaches.
Yeah.
Is that something you could see at every position this year?
Yeah, it'll be closer to that, and it really, like, again, the model, we moved a little more to it last year, and the model is moving closer towards NFL. I think it's so important to be able to get the right 10 coaches on the road. I think that's going to be a huge piece of it. The development for a bunch of porter guys as they come in, being with some specific coaches in January, and those guys not being on the road, I think is going to be a huge benefit. What administration has done for us to be able to beef our staff up the way we need to, and the commitment. Our additions are going to be huge upgrades for us, and excited about it. And again, I said it a week or so ago, but got some things coming down the pipe, man, that really excited about.
Such a quick turnaround. You got the bowl game and the portal opened the same day.
Yeah.
I mean, are you expecting to have transfer of visitors that same day, or?
Yeah, I'm expecting to get off the bus here on the 3rd and walk straight into my office and be ready for OVs. The expectation is we're going to have 5 or 6 guys here on campus on the 3rd when the buses roll back in, and so we'll hit the ground running, get ready to roll.
How does that day actually kind of look like on the 2nd when, you know, you guys are maybe focused on the game, but the transfer portal's open? Like, how are you kind of balancing that?
So our recruiting and our personnel department are actually going to be here, so they won't be there for the game. They'll be here and in-house and getting visits set and being ready to roll, and that again, that's going to be a huge piece of it. I think those first 5 to 7 days in the portal, with allowing guys to be able to be on campus and visits, will be a huge momentum builder for us if we can land the right guys.
How much has this bowl camp clarified what you want to get done in the portal?
Yeah, I think we had a really good idea. I don't think that's changed a ton. We knew really where we were and what we wanted to get done as we got into really Egg Bowl week, and then that week following with some conversations. But again, as we continue to be able to evaluate, I think it's always important. I think it's been huge for Arnett to be able to be here and evaluate on the defensive side of the ball, watch these guys practice 12 times instead of just watching it on tape, which I think is good.
We see the numbers. What kind of boost has Brendan really given this offense this year, Brendan Thompson?
Yeah, he's done it all for us, and you know he's got the ability to go out and be the single season record holder for Mississippi State, and I think that's something for him that he's really excited about. I'm excited about that for him, and help us go win.
It's been a busy stretch for you. I know you have to wear a million hats, but when you get through the bowl game and you get through your staffing changes, you can kind of have a singleness of purpose about this portal thing for a while, you
Yep.
know. So how eager are you for that aspect and just kind of lock in and start working on next year?
Yeah, it's been every single day working towards that, making sure, again, these guys that have announced that they're going in, having the ability to make sure that, man, on the 2nd and on the 3rd we're getting the right guys here. So we're working on that every single day. For me, there is this great amount of focus on being able to go in the season the right way, go win a bowl game, and start 2026 in a great way, and then understand the importance of those next 10 or 12 days to be able to get our 26 roster the exact way that we want it.
With what you've seen from some of the bowl games, I don't know how closely you've watched them, but with all of them, some teams have everybody opt out, some play hard. How rewarding is it that your guys want to be in this bowl game?
Yeah, I think it's huge. And I think it says a ton about what's going on inside the building. These seniors playing is a huge deal, and again, proud of that. But I'm excited for our guys to have the opportunity, man, to go play really well and go win. And it's going to be a great challenge. And Wake Forest is a dang good football team, sitting there at 8-4, done a ton of good this year, and we're going to need to go play well. But we've got a great opportunity in front of us.
It seems like Kamario's grown in confidence as a passer since he first started getting involvement.
Yeah.
How is that reflected in your one-on-one time with him or going over film and scouting
Yeah,
reports?
I think just the daily reps of it, trying to create consistency with him fundamentally has been huge. And he does. He's got great confidence in the way he can go throw the football. Continuing to work through some accuracy things that, again, he wants to play perfect. It's not ever going to be that way, but that's what you love about him, is he's striving to go do that. So as we get back on the field again today, being able to go throw and catch today will get us back in a little bit of rhythm after being off. Last night was just a walkthrough, but again, proud of the steps he's taken to get better and better.
Kromenhoek announcing he's transferring. Are you still expecting him to play or be
Yeah,
available? in
no,
this
he's
game?
with us and will be available. And Luke's been awesome, man. Been great and working his butt off, trying to get better. Wants to be coached. The situation is exactly what it is, and I totally understand where he's coming from, and that's college football these days. And Luke got a chance to be a great player, really talented and really intelligent. So appreciative of him staying with us, going through this, being a great teammate, and excited for what he's going to be able to go do next.
There's some other guys that are maybe in a similar situation that you've
You
worked
know,
out.
I don't think so. I think for us, that's really the only one that has said he's going to go in that is going to be with us.
What else is on the itinerary when you guys get to Charlotte, maybe both on and off the field?
Yeah, obviously this starts our normal week, so this is Monday, and it will stay that way as we get to game day. There are a couple of events for our guys to be able to go experience, which will be great for them. But it's like we talked about last night. They're going to remember being able to experience this bowl game and a lot of different things from it. But the thing that they're going to remember most is the game. And so I want our guys to have a great experience. I want them to be able to enjoy it. I think that's huge to be able to go do this for a bunch of these guys that hadn't gotten to experience some of these things. But at the same time, understanding January 2nd and 8 o'clock, we need to go play really well and go find a way to win.